So we're going to be talking about why Chick-fil-A should invest in food trucks. We have a little video. And the sound is right there. Okay, that works.
Throw away everything you know about fast food. This is not prepackaged frozen fried chicken.
We chop all the lettuce ourselves, we boil the chicken all by ourselves.
At the end of the day, it comes down to, are they receiving quality food? Because that's what's going to bring people back. Chick-fil-A has a way of hiring good people.
I met my personal mentor through Chick-fil-A. He's the operator that I work for. And he was really the first guy in my life that took the time to invest in me and teach me and coach me.
And I think that's what Chick-fil-A kind of prides itself on is the team atmosphere that we share here. The first time I visited, it was a raining day. And then I remember seeing a team member carry an umbrella and then helping an old lady cross the street coming to the restaurant. I was like, oh my goodness, I've never seen that.
One of the benefits of working at Chick-fil-A is not having to work on Sunday.
Time that you can spend with your family or spend with doing things that you like to do.
I'm a student as well, so I really need like a company who would understand my time.
We offer scholarships, and my school's really expensive, so it really helps me out that my job is willing to have my back.
There's also opportunities to make more money and help provide for your family.
At Chick-fil-A, I've always been encouraged to go to the next step. To not just be the leader that says, hey, go do this, but it's the leader that's saying, hey, come with me, and we'll go.
Just a brief overview of who they are.
Alright, so Chick-fil-A, a brief history on them. They actually started as a diner in 1946. It was a diner that Truett Cathy and his brother Ben started, and it was at that diner that the signature chicken sandwich of Chick-fil-A was created. And then in 1948 was when Chick-fil-A Incorporated was founded. So in 1967 was when the first Chick-fil-A restaurant opened, and in 1986 was when the first freestanding Chick-fil-A restaurant was opened. So as we all know, like Chick-fil-A is well known for their signature chicken sandwich, but they also serve a variety of other things. They serve, chicken nuggets, they serve wraps, salads, they have sides like their waffle fries, milkshakes, the list kind of goes on and on. They have a variety of things. They also have a variety of like grilled chicken, and they also do breakfast in the mornings. So the problem that we've kind of come up with is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the majority of Chick-fil-A restaurants are located right off the interstates. They're in large towns, they're in big cities, they're located in malls and on university campuses like ours. But there's many small towns where there's a demand for Chick-fil-A there, but since the towns are so small, they really wouldn't have enough to fully support the restaurant. So that's kind of the issue we've come up with. There's a demand there, and with that, if people from a small town wanted to get to a Chick-fil-A, they'd have to drive a good distance. For me, I live in a small town, and it takes me about 30 minutes to get to the nearest Chick-fil-A, and so with that being the case, I wouldn't drive just the 30 minutes to get to a Chick-fil-A just for Chick-fil-A. There's got to be some other reason. I've either got to be passing through, or there's got to be something else in Lumberton to get me to go there. So if there was something closer to me, I would probably eat there a lot more. And which would probably be the case for a lot of other people in a small town, is if it was closer. So ultimately, the demands of those small towns are not being met. So our solution is a Chick-fil-A food truck. And so this food truck would be able to go to those small towns, and it would be able to serve a lot more people, meet their demands. It would be able to go to serve at like fundraisers and sporting events and fairs. And they would also be able to use like their social media and their Chick-fil-A app to advertise and be like, hey, this is where we're coming, so people would know like where they're going to be. And then they could also send out requests like, hey, what locations would y'all like us to be at or whatever, kind of see where the demand is going to go. And then ultimately with that, the profits would increase because they'd be able to serve those people's demands.
For our school, we put that, for example, places like here in Pembroke, will be the first place to try this out, the food truck here. The whole plan of this was be able to like expand out, put in more places and stuff, more areas and stuff, because like she said, a lot of places don't have Chick-fil-A, and a lot of times in small towns and stuff, everything, they don't really have a bunch of options of what they can eat and stuff, like for example, like here we don't have Chick-fil-A, Papa John's, you can go on campus and go to Taco Bell and places like that, but it's not, you really don't have a big option and stuff. So putting this in other locations, we hoping that this would give us like the edge over other companies and stuff. And that within the food truck, that you ain't gonna be able to tell the difference between our food truck and like if you go inside a Chick-fil-A restaurant, Cause like some people I know, they'll be like, I want to go to the food truck because the food ain't gonna taste like the same thing as if you went inside the restaurant and stuff. So that's why when we make the food truck and stuff, that the equipment that we'll use, the ovens, the fryers, the machines we use to make your drinks and milkshakes and stuff, will be the same equipment that you'll find inside the restaurant. So that's how you know that you're getting the same quality meal and that the customer will be happy and stuff. Because if the customer happy, then you're gonna tell somebody else, and then they're gonna want to come, and then we get money, and then we'll be able to expand out more. And that a lot of times when you go to restaurants and stuff, and you don't see a manager, someone inside, most of the time you always see a problem with the employees. They're not doing their work, a customer gets mad about something, and then the employee don't really take it serious. So, from having that issue, we're gonna always have a manager somewhere inside. There'll always be a manager inside the food truck to make sure that everything's okay and stuff, make sure the customer's happy and stuff. And that no matter what location you go to, there's always gonna be a manager at the location and stuff. And that the reason why we're gonna do this is because like everyone knows Chick-fil-A, we have beliefs, standards, and values, and we won't be able to keep those values and standards going, and make sure that our employees, follow by them, and that the customers feel safe and welcome when they come inside our restaurant. And all these things will be done to, a lot of times you see food trucks and stuff, a lot of times it's not really sanitary. Most of the time that's what some people think about, because they be like, I'm eating my food from a truck. But that all the equipment and everything inside the food truck will be cleaned every day, after it's done being used, and at the end of the day, because, we don't want to be liable for someone getting sick, and that word gets out that it's not clean and stuff, and then people don't come back. We want people to come back once y'all feel welcome. So it will be clean and be a safe environment for families.
Some of our facts and evidence. One thing I actually found was that there's an estimated 10 to 15,000 food trucks on the road in America today. And normally each food truck makes over a little bit of $1 billion within 2017. And for Chick-fil-A, we could see that to double. Cities such as Denver, Houston, Los Angeles, San Francisco, big places like these have food trucks. But what we don't see is these smaller places having food trucks. Expanding Chick-fil-A through food trucks and other markets can make Chick-fil-A's yearly revenue increase. Another fact is that small towns cannot afford the restaurant, but they still want the product, so we can help expand the demand. People in these small towns would like to eat Chick-fil-A, but they don't want to drive the long distance, just like Charity said. So if there's a Chick-fil-A nearby, people are more likely to draw to these, and which would increase their yearly revenue. Like catering, people would have the ability to have a Chick-fil-A food truck come to an event and serve people. The food truck style would be more casual instead of a professional feel. So if somebody wants to have a professional event but also have a casual side to it, the food truck would be a different way instead of a sit-down meal. Providing multiple choices of food distribution allows customers to have different options. If the customer wants to eat at a standalone Chick-fil-A or a kiosk, they also now would have the option of going to a food truck. So looking at this map, this shows different places in the United States where food trucks are located. As we can see, they're in more of the big places like Boston, New York, Seattle, Portland. But what, you see pizza, hot dogs, pretzels, you see all the standard stuff, but we don't see anything like Chick-fil-A. So just another saying that bringing Chick-fil-A to these smaller places would increase the revenue since there's nothing really like this out there.
That bringing a food truck has many advantages that it can help people who can't be provided with transportation. So like they said earlier, a lot of times Chick-fil-A is in places where transportation is not always easy. It ain't like hopping in the car and stuff. When you think about transportation, there are other things to think about. You gotta think about gas, tires. It's one thing to go somewhere, but also you gotta think about coming back. So by bringing a food truck in like rural areas, it won't put so much as a burden on someone thinking like, oh, I gotta put so much gas and stuff into the car and stuff, and make it more convenient. Especially today, when you think about it's like a bad weather, like hurricanes, rainy days and stuff. No one wants to drive an hour away to the nearest city. They're just gonna be able to forget it because I don't want to drive in the rain. So hopefully, bringing a food truck in a near town make everything convenient for people. And that it only take a couple of minutes. It could be different, driving an hour versus 20 minutes, 5 minutes and stuff. That's a big difference. So then after that, for it to be in closer to people in a nearby town, it'll attract more people because they feel like it's more convenient. They don't have to go out of the way for it. And that the whole purpose of the food truck is to be efficient and effective. We want to be able to make money and stuff, but it's important that we're doing it like the right way. That the food that we making is good, making sure that the customer's happy, making sure that what we're doing still is keeping up the Chick-fil-A model. That that a lot of restaurants now they don't have food trucks. So that bringing a food truck, that it'll separate us from other companies, and that they can, Chick-fil-A will stand out as a company, as its own setup, and that we could compare Chick-fil-A to other competition. According to Business Insiders, Chick-fil-A is one of the top 10 most dominating fast food restaurants, and they make 5.8 revenue a year. So we're hoping that bringing the food truck, will increase that revenue, even if it's not even by 5.8 billion. This even half of it, 25%, even if it's still gonna raise us up more. And we hope that we can become number one by doing what we have to do, and that a lot of companies will try to pick up on it and try to say, oh, well, we'll add food truck too, and then try to like add something to it and stuff. But we're not gonna try to do that. We're gonna be our biggest competition basically, and hope that we can become number one.
So for our work plan, first it needs to be established that all customers fall in love with their eyes first. So you don't necessarily fall in love with the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich when you first eat it. You fall in love with it when you first see it. Its presentation, the way that it rolls out and stuff like that, being able to bring that to people and accommodate others that may not have it, as we spoke on before, is definitely a big deal. Chick-fil-A will be able to grow and expand its market through the food truck and bring in more people to both the restaurants and food truck locations. so that reliance on other corporations to bring in traffic is eliminated. Chick-fil-A sometimes is put next to other food corporations or other franchises that it'll steal traffic from. We've all seen it. We've all been victims of it. You're in the car with your mom. Do you guys want to go to Chick-fil-A or do you want to go to McDonald's? Instead of that, how about making Chick-fil-A the only option, since we're the only ones that want to reach out through a food truck and come to you? Being efficient and effective in carrying out business on the food truck as if it was the actual restaurant location will be imperative. Curtis spoke on that before. People don't want to see, just because there's a change, that everything is switched. If you fell in love with Chick-fil-A's tradition, we would allow for that tradition to stay within the food truck, since we're still under the name of Chick-fil-A. Targeting rural areas such as Pembroke will begin to grow not only the business, but also the character of the brand for people that may not know about it. For people in rural areas, as we spoke on before, if they're not really familiar with Chick-fil-A or how they operate, how the food is really prepared, being able to show them through a truck what we can actually do in a restaurant will start to have people become more curious about, okay, I wonder what else Chick-fil-A can do. I wonder how much better they can be, even if they were to start putting it on planes or something. So expanding and keeping everything consistent is important. My pleasure planning, putting some of our best employees and managers from other locations on the food trucks will ensure that customers receive top of the line service and food followed by a warming my pleasure. We all know when you go to Chick-fil-A, you hear the same thing from every employee: my pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. That makes you feel good because it makes you feel as though you're not just seen as a dollar sign. They actually care about serving you as a customer and not as a dollar. By putting this on the food truck as well, it'll make people really see that it's not just something that we do in the restaurant. It's something that everybody has within them, that these customers, no, that these employees of Chick-fil-A actually do care about their customer base. The best employees and managers. If we're gonna try this out, let's do it the right way. So we would put some of our best managers and some of our best employees on this truck to ensure that great service is given 100% of the time.
So the cost of this, I'm not gonna say it's necessarily cheap, but Chick-fil-A is a company that is already in place, so the cost will not be as bad for them. So the cost will start around $100,000 to $150,000, depending on how much the company wants to put into the truck. So you also have to consider that these are food trucks, so you have to consider these unexpected costs as well, which was put into that price range. Chick-fil-A, you would also have to include the cost of uniforms, paper and plastic products, fuel, repairs, and other necessities to go within the business, such as the equipment, hourly wages. Everything has to be incorporated into this starting amount. Having a larger budget would make it for them to allow room to allocate for, like for example, you could get a larger vehicle that runs better on diesel, or you could even find something nowadays that runs on gas and can save you money. You also have to think about extra equipment, because like Curtis and Elijah said, we want to keep everything the same as much as we can. So these additional costs also go into this. Time is another cost that we have to consider. Finding the time to get insured, permits, licenses, this will all take some time, but since Chick-fil-A is a structured company already, they have the time and money to do this. Money is still coming in from these other restaurants, which will help the food trucks start up easier. So these are some examples of different food trucks in America right now, and as you can see, each one is a little different. But the more Chick-fil-A adds to their food truck, the more it will actually bring people to it. So our recommendation for Chick-fil-A is we want them to engage with their customers before they actually start the process. We want them to give customer surveys to see if they would be interested and where the customers would want these trucks to actually go to. By testing this product, it would actually make them feel like it's more of a valuable investment. Another option would be to test during like catering and during their busier times of the year to see if customers would be more likely to go to the food trucks or a station restaurant, because then this would help them during their lull periods of the year, which Chick-fil-A really doesn't have any. But during the winter, for example, will people still go to these food trucks? So people would be able to know whether, well, Chick-fil-A would be able to know whether or not these would actually be worth it.
So for our close, once again, it's really important to recognize that most businesses that are successful are able to reach their customer base. With this generation, reaching out to our customer base means that you need to be mobile and accessible. Henceforth why cell phones, social media, and all these other forms of technology, even food places, are starting to expand and bring themselves to people. Chick-fil-A was founded on basic principles and dares to chase impact and not income. That goes back to not treating people like dollar signs, which is where my pleasure comes from. In order to give a more personable dining experience with its customers so they feel appreciated. It is not a right for people to come to Chick-fil-A. It's a privilege. Food truck placement at fairs and concerts as well as other events will be a great asset to the company and reaching people that usually aren't reached on a day-to-day basis. Untapped potential is usually the make or break point for most businesses, not only when they feel as though they're failing or when they want to expand or bring in more revenue. By reaching those untapped places, you could possibly bring your revenue up almost half of what you've been doing. Getting the Chick-fil-A experience is like no other and will now be brought to you in full effect and operating the Chick-fil-A way. My pleasure.
Any questions?
You can leave that up. All right. It's okay. All right. Hello, everyone. My name's Sabrina Shirley.
My name is Dante James.
I'm Evan May.
I'm Patricia.
And I'm Noah Costa.
And we did our proposal on Charmin toilet paper.
Everybody know about Charmin toilet paper. Let me introduce the history of Charmin. In 1928, the early design of toilet paper reflects the fashion of women. An employee at that time described toilet paper as charming, which created the name Charmin. Finally, in 1950, Hobart changed its name Charmin Paper Company. In 1953, Charmin Paper Company they designed a baby graphic for advertisement purpose. this picture. With the new character, the product will symbolize the gentle softness and enhance quality. In 1957, Procter and Gamble acquired the Charming company. It was turning point and a huge process. Charming maintained stable development for half century. In 2006, Charming launched the first fully equipped luxury public toilet for holiday season at Times Square in New York, providing convenient friendly facility for most crowded areas of business hour of the year. More than 313,000 people from all over the world enjoy the better experience. In 2013, Charming partnered with Rooter make American toilet paper more effective and safe. Next page. There are some problems about the Charming company developing, especially environment. Millennials are growing and showing their concern for long-term harm towards the environment. Charming toilet paper companies should offer a product that target towards environmental awareness. Millennial and aim to accomplish more than one service. There is a demand for products that are safer, better for the environment, and consumers are willing to pay for it.
Okay, the solution to make this septic, we're gonna make this septic safe and cleaning core, natural-based cleaning. We're gonna have natural-based cleaning ingredients, recycled materials using packaging, and essential oils in the tissue paper as well. This new cleaning toilet paper roll not only cleans toilet paper, leading to Charmin becoming a better growing sustainable company, less dependent on harmful ingredients. They will have a greater chance at long-term success, environmentally friendly products by appearing for better material being used. The newest addition to this will target 18 to 25-year-olds. Local stores in Green Bay, Wisconsin, limiting rows as well to about, I think 6 to 8 rows.
4 to 6.
4 to 6 rows in the packages. And also this will help the environment as well. Yeah, so.
And just to focus on the target market a little bit more, we're having a bit of tunnel vision on this target market because 18 to 25-year-olds are usually in college. So this product will not only help them save money, it will also help them just have a better system to clean. And then to focus a little bit more on the region as well, we're focusing on Green Bay, Wisconsin instead of Fayetteville or Pembroke because that's actually where Charmin toilet paper is manufactured. So we're trying to keep our shipping costs low as well.
So as far as facts and evidence goes, basically you could say that innovation drives the fabric and home care division of Procter & Gamble, which is part of Charmin. So basically, Charmin, they had a 4% growth in their organic sales within the past year, and they also had a 5% increase in the fabric and home care sales, which the net sales for that year were also was $5,488,000. And the fabric and home care division, if any of you know, basically Procter & Gamble owns multiple brands, many cleaning, home care products, and fabric and home care is second within the divisions of most or highest revenue. And one of Charmin's best products is the Charmin Ultra Strong Toilet Paper. It's the strongest two-ply toilet paper, and once you see on the next slide, I'll talk to you about you. All right, so basically, Charmin's top competitors are Scott, Quilted Northern, and Cottonelle. And Cottonelle being the most expensive, Quilted Northern being kind of like on the same level with Charmin, and Scott being the cheapest above all. So as far as how much the customer is paying for this toilet paper, you have about 6 cents per square foot for Scott. You have 2.7 cents per square foot for Charmin, and 4.2 cents for Cottonelle, and about 3 cents per square foot for Quilted Northern. And basically, Quilted Northern, it's 3-ply, so it's very thick. It kind of costs a lot, compared to the other brands except for Cottonelle, which is far more expensive. But Quilted Northern, it's septic safe, but it kind of clogs very badly. And then Scott, on the other hand, is very thin, it's septic safe. Many people use it, but even though it says longest lasting on the package, it's because there's so many sheets. It's 1,000 sheets. And it actually doesn't last as long as the other brands. And Cottonelle is probably the longest lasting. It's the highest quality toilet paper there is, but with its price, it just automatically turns customers away. So Charmin, their ultra strong toilet paper, is the best because the quality and the price. And as far as the proposed approach goes, like I said earlier, Procter & Gamble, they own many other brands such as Charmin, Mr. Clean, and Febreze. Charmin has already made a scented toilet paper, but they haven't made a toilet paper with cleaning ingredients infused with the core, which is what we're trying to propose here. And basically, the scent for the toilet paper was chamomile. It's kind of like a tea, and pretty much if Charmin relies on innovation, they could most indefinitely make a toilet paper that has the cleaning ingredients and also still have that fresh scent like they had before. And based off of their economic standings and the wide variety of brands, I don't see why it wouldn't be possible. And with the combination, like I said, of the essential oils, the natural-based cleaning ingredients, and the textures commonly known for, you can still reach out to those millennials.
All right, so we're going to discuss the work plan a bit. We're going to have an 8-month work plan, and it's going to start in January 2019 and end in August 2019 because we really want to hit that market for 18 to 25-year-olds right when they're going back to school. So in month 1, we're going to be testing the formulas, researching these ingredients, because even though we're using naturally based ingredients, they haven't really blown up everyone knows what bleach is and everyone knows what Windex is, and those have very harsh chemicals in them. So you have to be careful because since the core is so close to the actual paper that's going to be touching your skin, we have to make sure these ingredients are safe for you, and we have to make sure that they're not going to cause a bad reaction with your skin. And in month 2, we're going to have February, it's going to be product development, so we're going to be figuring out a mold for the core. So you have to develop a mold in order to mass produce this product. So we're going to be focusing on more intense ingredients that involve like citric acid and coconut oil, which I know it amazed me because most of the time I only hear about coconut oil with hair products and face products, but they're good for cleaning as well. So we're also gonna test to see how much essential oil can fit into the sheets of the actual toilet paper, because we do want to mask that cleaning smell. We want you to be comfortable in the bathroom. We don't want you to smell intense cleaning. And then in month 3, March, we're going to be focusing on production and packaging. So we're going to be deciding the number of sheets on the roll, the ply, if we're going to do 2-ply, 3-ply, and then we will be discussing the thickness of it as well, because only a certain amount can fit on the roll that you usually have in your house. So we're going to be deciding the best packaging method as well. So we're trying to use recycled materials to package everything in. We're trying to use recycled plastic. We're trying to be more sustainable as a company. So in March, in month 4, April, we're going to have some focus groups. And we're going to be using these focus groups to focus on our target market, 18 to 25-year-olds, again, millennials. I think that's Gen Xers, or it might be Gen Y. It might be a mix of them. So to determine how we can improve like small aspects, like if a color is in the product, in the packaging is a little offsetting, we'll change that color. If you're not loving the scent, because originally we really wanted to do lavender because it's such a soothing scent, but if people aren't really loving lavender, then we can change that scent up. And then improving like small aspects of the design. Like if there's too many sheets, we can lower the level of sheets. Also asking questions like, what caught your eye about this product? Would you even consider buying this product? What's an acceptable price for this product? And then in month 5 and month 6, so May and June, we're going to be working on distribution and retail. We're going to be deciding which local stores in Green Bay, Wisconsin to stock products in, because again, it keeps the shipping costs low for us. It keeps our overall costs low. We're going to produce contracts with distributors, trying to decide how much product they believe that they could sell and how much product that we need to create. And then we also want to discuss about placement. So placement on shelves, if we're going to have its own little island where it's its own little thing, if it's going to be with the toilet paper, if it's going to be with cleaning products, we have to figure that out. In month 7, July, we're going to be doing advertisements. We're doing advertisements a month early because we want to build the enthusiasm of this product. We want people to go into the store looking for this product. We want college students to be like, oh, I want that. So we're going to be in these advertisements, we're going to be showcasing the benefits and features of this product. And then finally, in August, we're going to release this product, and we're going to be looking for reviews, word of mouth. We're going to be listing out because we want to do a follow-up. We want to fix any problems that it has. We want to hear all of the customers' comments about it.
All right, like previously stated by Evan here, we'll be using the Charmin Ultra Strong Roll, which is a 2-ply roll, and it's very cost effective at 27 cents per roll. It's, like I said, it's better than the Scott that has the 1,000 rolls, but it's gonna fly through it. It's better than the Cottonelle because the cost is way too high. So we'll be using the Charmin Ultra Roll. Inside the roll, we'll be going with a company called Better Life. They're a naturally based cleaning company that works well with surface cleaning. So, you know, toilets, sinks, kitchens, all that stuff as well. And that's gonna be priced at around 29 to 45 cents for an ounce, about an ounce and a half. The paper per roll is 0.01 cents per square foot, so that's very, very cost effective, and it'll keep costs down as much as possible because we want to minimize expenses as much as possible and maximize profit as much as possible. Like I said, the essential oil we'll be using is from Now Foods, but they have a subsection called Now Oils, and they have lavender, like I said, caramel, all of those type, you know, the fresh linen, the usual scents that you'll usually see in your department stores. That is priced at $4.09 per bottle, where if for other companies it's usually priced around $10. So like I said, we're being cost effective here, and with all of these companies, they're biodegradable, as well as with shipment, they are everything's recyclable. And matter of fact, with Better Life, they actually use solar energy as well. And with Now Foods, they're actually based out of Chicago. So that's like a 3-hour drive from Green Bay, Wisconsin. So this makes it very feasible and easy to make daily shipments. And we'll be coming out with the 4-count roll that is priced at $6.99, and the 6-count roll that will be $9.98.
All right, so our recommendations for Charmin is that we want to assess the market for demand and marketability of this product a little bit more. We need to determine if it needs to be maybe on infomercials instead of regular advertisements, because a part of this product is that seeing it work is a big part of it. Most people are just going to say, oh, naturally based ingredients, those don't work nearly as well as bleach. So also we're going to quantify and analyze market demand to determine an acceptable cost. That also works with the focus groups. We really want to figure out what customers are willing to pay for this product. We want to make sure that we're giving them the best bang for your buck. So we also want to research further natural cleaning ingredients. With time, there's going to be more innovation and more products are going to be found that are actually better for you. So we just want to keep researching that. And also, a lot of people are allergic to these natural-based ingredients. So we want to find one that's good for everyone. And we also want to determine more environmentally friendly techniques to avoid waste. We want to improve our sustainability as a company, and that's going to bring in more customers. So in conclusion, Charmin has managed to stay America's toilet paper through creativity and innovation of its products. So to enter this new entering into this new market of cleaning supplies and 2-in-1 products, it just offers a better product for a system that has been the same. Like, everybody just cleans their toilet whenever they want to. Now this offers more of a timeline. When you finish the roll, you throw the quart inside and it cleans the toilet for you. So it's better for the consumer. It saves time and money. You don't have to buy separate cleaning products now. You have a 2-in-1, and it saves you time and money again. And it's also, again, enhancing stability through sustainability through development of better techniques, and we enhance growth in this new market. Questions? No? Thank y'all.
So I'm just like, I know, I saw you.
Sarah.